If you just want to edit your photos without running software that makes your computer sound like it might explode, then web-based image editors are going to be your best friend. They work great on any computer with any specs, so here I want to share some of the best online image editors in 2026 for anyone who wants to edit photos without downloading anything. Now, I work in the Adobe ecosystem daily for all things photo editing, as do most of you subscribed to this channel, so I've teamed up with Adobe to share the 3 best web-based image editors within the Adobe ecosystem so you can edit images online without installing anything, all with the tools you already are familiar with. To make this simple, this basically breaks down into 3 core options from Adobe: Adobe Photoshop Web, Adobe Firefly Web, and Adobe Express. Photoshop Web will be best if you want the most flexibility in your editing with pro-level tools. Firefly will be a better pick if you want the fastest possible edits without the learning curve, because it's all AI tools and you can do some pretty incredible things with very little technical skills, as you'll see later in the video. Finally, Adobe Express is best suited for those looking for a web-based design-focused image editor for presentations or social media graphics and other types of projects like that. But let's make this crystal clear and compare each so you can figure out which is right for you, whether you're a student, remote worker, or someone on a shared computer looking to edit your photos online. First up is the best image editor online with Adobe Photoshop Web. It's nearly everything that the software-based program has, except it runs entirely on your browser. Now, what makes Adobe Photoshop Web so powerful is the fact that you have layer-based editing that you can also refine with selections and brushes and layer masks, so you have a true professional editing workflow. Now, I understand that the learning curve to Photoshop can feel like a little bit much, so I'm going to show you some super easy ways to apply your adjustments and get some nice results in your photos, even if you're a total beginner. So as I was mentioning, the way you can edit photos is with adjustment layers, and if we click on the adjust icon right here, we'll see all of the options that we can choose from. So let's say I want to start by changing the hue and saturation of the photo. Clicking on this will create a new layer which holds all of that editing information for us, and within the properties panel for that specific adjustment, I can choose some color channels to edit. So I have the blues selected, and now if I go and refine the hue, you'll notice that any blue, so mainly the sky in this case, will go and change color a little bit so we can change the feel of the image. There is no magic trick to this, you're kind of just playing around with it to see what works for you. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll add my next adjustment. From there, we of course could add additional adjustments as we just did with the hue saturation layer, but what if you want to go and select maybe a specific part of your photo? Well, in that case, we can go to the select section, and within this panel, after we let it load and we have detect objects enabled, we can select different parts of our photo just by hovering over it. So let's say I want to go and just edit my subject. I'll click on him here within the detect object section. It'll create a selection which we can then apply with an adjustment layer, so our adjustment will be isolated to that selection. Since we have that now active, I can create a new adjustment layer, this time from the layers panel, clicking on the adjustment icon, and let's say we'll add some curves for contrast. Using this properties panel, I can go and bring up the midtones to brighten up the subject. I could lift the shadows and things like that to make him pop. We could even take this further by editing the sky. I'll click on that. You'll notice that the pink highlight represents anything that will be edited when we apply this selection onto our layer mask, but often when you use this tool, you'll have some weird edges, such as around the trees. You can see that it's not a perfect selection. There's a simple way we can fix that as well, which is super helpful for your editing. Once again, with that selection active, I'll click on the adjustment layers and add a new curves adjustment this time. And here I can do some things with some contrast in the sky like so. But of course, as I said, it looks a little bit weird around the trees, so we can refine our layer mask. If we click on this layer mask, then go back to the adjust section and add a Gaussian blur, we can add a blur to the mask that we had selected, so then that way everything will blend a little bit better. Pressing done, now turning this on and off, you can see how it refines the sky, and looking at our before and our after just a few quick adjustments, you can see how much you can do in Adobe Photoshop Web in a relatively short amount of time. With all this in mind, it's kind of insane how much modern web-based tools are capable of in 2026. It used to be that you could only do like the real work with software-based editors, but Photoshop Web proves otherwise, giving you everything you need for real image editing workflows that are easy to use and work with across devices. Now, I will admit that Photoshop Web can feel pretty daunting with all the tools you can choose from. So if you agree, then Adobe Firefly on web might be a better suited online image editor with intuitive, prompt-focused editing. Now, Firefly works on credits. If you have a free account, you'll get a daily generation of credits. If you have a paid account, you'll have a set monthly amount that you'll be able to use with the tools inside of Firefly. Now, I'm going to show you you a couple of examples. The first is with this phone photo I took and how a simple prompt can completely transform this photo in a way that would be nearly impossible with traditional editing tools. So with my photo uploaded, I'm going to make this prompt super simple. I'll say, make this nicer. That's all. Then we can go ahead and choose a model to generate our edit with. In this case, I'm going to use Nano Banana 2.0. For the sizing, I'm going to leave this to auto, so it'll just leave the same size as the original photo. And for the resolution, you can choose whatever one you want. It'll take longer to load and use more credits depending on the one you use. So as you can see, this went up to 60 credits compared to the original 20. I'm going to just load it at 1K for now. I think it will be more than enough for my needs. And I'll click on generate just with that and I'll see how it looks. So this is the result. It already looks so much better. Yes, you could maybe enhance some of these things further, but considering this needed absolutely no skills beyond just writing, make this nicer, I think this is a super impressive way to edit your images online. Now to take this even further, we can use some of the markup options here. So if we choose markup, we can go and select different parts of the photo that we want to add specific prompts to for the next generation. So for example, let's say I want to select this area like so, and I want to add more flowers. So let's say add more balsam roots. I'll press the check mark, then maybe add another around the sun and say add a sun flare. With those two areas selected, we have those annotations. We do not need to put anything else in, and I'll click on generate. Now we have that sun flare added in. We have some more balsam roots that are maybe a little bit too small for this photo, but you get the idea of how you can maybe select other parts, regenerate it a few times, and maybe this part would need a couple other attempts. But what's important to note about this process is that every time you're generating your photo, it's regenerating all of the pixels. So the original quality of your photo will not necessarily be the quality that you get after editing your photos with these AI prompts. If you're editing phone photos or things you're just planning to share online that are viewed at a smaller size anyways, it's not the end of the world. However, if you're a photographer that's looking at this and being like, why am I using any other editing tool? It's because this is going to override every single pixel in your photo and make your image from scratch, versus when you're using other editing tools like Photoshop, you're actually editing your photo and it will retain its original sharp quality from your professional camera, for example. That's not to say you can't get sharp AI edits, but there is certainly a quality difference between a high-end camera and any AI image editor. Now that last example is obviously just one option of how Firefly can be used. So for example, let's say we want to make an entirely new creative product photo for this. I can click on remove background. It will automatically scan the photo and remove the background for me. And then with that removed background, we can use our model of choice and type in a prompt to edit this photo and say add a new background. I'm using this prompt here. You can pause the video if you'd like to read it, but I'll just go and click on generate and we'll see what we get. After a couple of tries, this is the result that we get. I'll put on screen the before and the after here, all with just a simple prompt. So this is another way that we can use Firefly for more creative editing without, again, having to know the intricate manual steps to create this in something like Photoshop, for example. It literally cannot get easier than this for online image editing, but just remember that the more you do, the more credits you'll spend. It's a small price to pay for the convenience of basically done for you editing with quality good enough for web-based sharing. I wouldn't rely on this for photography, but it serves a purpose for those wanting better photos without the hassle, especially photos from your phone. Now, the previous two tools give you tons of flexibility for image editing, but if you want to mix that with design needs, then Adobe Express on web is going to be the most useful online image editor for fast, design-focused edits. Let me show you why. Now, you can search for and use tons of templates available inside of Adobe Express. This is the template that I'm going to go and customize for, say, an Instagram story. I have a few photos from a golf trip that I want to put into this and customize the text. Currently, it's a video with some animations here, so I'm going to go and drag and drop my own files into this. Finding the photos on my computer, I can just drag and drop those onto the template here, and it will just be replacing the area that already existed. I'll do this one more time. And finally throw in a video of my own here. Now, since this is a video and we want to make sure everything has animations, if I press on play here, you'll notice that all of the files that I dragged and dropped had the exact same animations as the original template, so it makes life pretty easy there. If I need to trim something, I can just bring those files back so they all match the same length. But of course, I also want to change up some of the text. We can do that really easily as well. All we have to do is click on the layer we want to edit, whether in the video timeline or in the layers panel here, and we can just go in then type in something else. Then, unlike more complex tools, here we can add tons of simple effects to our text and other graphics just under the effects section of any layer that we are working with inside of Adobe Express. Now these are all black and white, so I can even edit those as well. I'll go to edit, adjust, and they're all currently set to -100 saturation. So I'll just set that to 0. So it's different from the base template, and I'll get something a little more refined to my own. After making a couple of quick refinements to that base template, I now have an Instagram story that will be ready to go, all animated with the photos and the video that I wanted to put in this particular file. It was super easy to do, and I didn't need to have any fancy programs to do it. It's pretty much just drag and drop and utilize the templates that they have available. Then to export things is just as easy, going to download, choosing MP4 or whatever file type you're looking for, clicking download, and that is all you have to do. The huge advantage to all three of these web-based image editors is the fact that you're not limited to location or your computer specs, but the one you choose depends heavily on how much you want to get out of the tools you use online. So let's compare them all side by side to make the differences more clear. Adobe Photoshop Web is going to be ideal for those who want the best of everything. It gives you really great tools for fast image cleanup and pro-level adjustment tools for your image editing. It has by far the most advanced photo editing tools that are accessible across any device. It's cloud-based, so you can edit from one device to another, so you can pick up where you left off, and there are tons of features that you can use for free, even if you don't have a paid Adobe account. Adobe Firefly Web is going to be best for those wanting prompt-based editing instead. So if you just want to transform your images with a single sentence, then this is the best option for you, especially if you're a beginner to photo editing. There's also other one-click editing tools like upscale or remove backgrounds or expanding your photos with generative expand. There's tons of powerful yet simple editing adjustments that you can do in Adobe Firefly, and if you're working with a free account, you'll get daily complimentary credits. Finally, Adobe Express Web is best for those who have design first needs. It has so many templates that you can choose from for really professional looking designs without being a graphic designer yourself. You can use it for image editing or creating videos and animations, as you saw in my example, and it's super simple to make everything your own with approachable drag and drop editing. This option is the most ideal for presentations, social media graphics, and other assets along those lines. Now, if you want to try any of these web-based image editors for yourself, I've left the links to Adobe Photoshop Web, Firefly, and Express in the description below. Thanks again to Adobe for sponsoring this video, and with that, I'll see you next time.